Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. So we have started off with problem solving session from the previous year questions, right? So we have discussed about percentage and fractions. So this is part 2 of our discussion, same discussion. So here also I'll be doing with percentage and fraction. Next chapter we'll do profit and loss. Then next video we'll do simple interest, compound interest, then ratio proportion, then speed, distance, time and work, etc. will go, okay? So let me start off with a very simple question again. Okay, take a minute and solve this question. So I hope this can be solved very easily, right? So what is given? A man earns X percentage on the first 2000 and Y percentage on the rest of his income. Okay, so he's earning something. So let's suppose he is earning 10,000. So he's earning X percentage from first 2000 and then rest of the 8,000 he is getting Y percentage. And what is asked? If he earns 700 from income 4,000 and 900 from his income 5,000, find this X percentage. Okay, so I hope you understood the question. See, he is earning 700, right? 700 from 4,000, right? So what does this mean? He is earning X percent from 2,000, okay, and Y percent from rest of the 2,000. So this is the first story, okay. Then he earns 900 from 5,000. So 900 from 5,000, what does this mean? X percent again from 2,000 and Y percent from how much? 3,000, okay. So now see, if you look here, X percent from 2000, X percent from 2000, that remain the same. So here what you can do is you can make an equation. See, he is getting 700. What is the 700? X percent of 2000 plus Y percent of 2000 equal to 700. Another one, what is this 900? X percent of 2000 and Y percent of 3000 is what your 900. So based on this information, you can make a equation in two variable X and Y. So when you get two equation, you know how to solve it, right? You can have elimination method, you can have substitution method, right? You can have cross multiplication method. All these things we have discussed in the previous video. Okay, so now how will you write this? Just put this understanding. This is understanding. This is what given in the question. Just put it in the mathematical language, that means in the equation. Then you will be able to solve it faster, right? So how will you write this? How will you write X percent of 2000? So what is X percent of 2000? 2000 into X by 100. That's how you'll write X percent of 2000, right? So then Y percent of 2000. So X percent of 2000 plus Y percent of 2000. So again you can write as 2000 into Y by 100, and which is equal to 700, which is given, okay. Then what is the second information? The first part of that will be same again, and that makes the calculation very easier. So 2000 X percent, okay, plus 3000 Y by 100, okay. So Y percent of 3000 is equal to 900. See here, if you simply take the difference, okay, so this is getting cancelled out, okay, and you will get it easily. But then what you get is Y, okay. Then you need to substitute to get X. Otherwise also, if you solve this question, see what equation you will get? You will get X plus Y is equal to 35 and 2X plus 3Y is equal to 90, right? I hope you understood. How will you do this? Just cut this two zeros. Just cut this two zeros. Okay. Cut this two zeros. Cut this two zeros. So 20X plus 20Y is equal to 700. So instead of 20X, you can write it as 2X plus 2Y is equal to 70. So you can again reduce this 2 and 2. So you can write it as X plus Y is equal to 35. Just taking half. So here 20X plus 30Y is equal to 900. So you can write it as 2X plus 3Y is equal to, instead of 20 and 30, you can cut the 0, so 90. So when you solve these two equations, okay, you can get X is equal to 15. So which one you will mark? Your answer is B. Now here, how will you get X? What method you will go for? You will go for elimination, right? So what you need to do is you need to eliminate Y. So how can you eliminate Y? Just multiply this with 3. Okay, so this is 3Y, so this will also become 3Y. So then you can, once you multiplied or once you did this, so this become 3X. Okay, then this become 3Y, so this is getting cancelled out. Then this become 105. Now see, what you need to do is just multiply with 3. So what will effectively happen is 3x plus 3y is equal to 105. That's your first equation. Then 2x plus 3y is equal to 90. That's your second equation. We are going for elimination approach. That's why we did this, multiplied with 3. So eliminate this. How? You subtract 2 from 1. Okay. So basically 1 minus 2. So you get 3x minus 2x, x is equal to 15. So I hope this is clear. So very simple. This is understanding from the question. This is 97 question. Okay. Nowadays you won't find this kind of question, but still this will be a part of the question. Okay. So this is how you will understand the question. Now once you are able to interpret in this way, this is going to be very easy, just like this much only. X plus y is equal to 35 and 2x plus 3y is equal to 90. So once it is reduced to this level, this is going to be very, very easy. Okay, so that's it. Now let's look at this question. Take a minute and solve this question. Okay, this was asked in 99. Easy question again. Okay, what you need to do, what is given? 40% of the employees of the company are men. Okay, so 40% of the employees are men. Okay, and 75% of the men earn more than 25,000 per year. See, the moment you come across question like percent, you can assume that the total population or the total number of employees is 100. So once you know that the total number of employees is 100, so let's suppose total is 100. You know number of men. Okay, so that is 40% means number of men is equal to 40, number of female or women is equal to 60. So now we understood this much, right? So this is our assumption, total is 100. Now whatever we get in the end, we will try to adjust it with the assumption. That's the idea. Okay, so male is 40 and female is 60. Now let's see. And 75% of the men earn more than 25,000. So 75% of men, that means 75% of this 40. What is 75% of 40? 75% means 3 out of 4. So what is 3 out of 4 of 40? That is 30. Okay. So that means 30 men earn more than 25,000. That's the idea. 75% of men earn more than 25,000 means 30 men earn more than 25. Why? Because only 40 men are there. So 75% is 30. So 30 men earn more than 25%. Now 30 men constitute what percent of the total? See, total is 100. So 30 men means 30%. Okay. Now let's look at the second information. 45% of the company employees earn more than 25,000. So total is 100. 45% means 45. Okay, so 45 employees of the company earn more than 25,000. Out of that 45%, okay, that means we know 45 employees. We know 30 are men. So how many women? 15 are women. Okay, so 15 women earn more than 25,000. Okay, so 45% of the company's employee earn more than 25. Means from that we understood that 15 women earn more than 25,000. Now what fraction of the women employed by the company earn less than or equal to 25,000 per year? See, the question is about not about what percent of the women earn more than 25%. See, if the question is about what percent of the women earn more than 25,000 or what fraction earn more than 25,000, you know 15 women earn more than 25,000 divided by total women 60. So your answer is 1 by 4. Then you will mark B as the answer. But here the question is what fraction of women employed by the company earn less than. So we know the total number of female is 60 in our assumption. And out of that, 15 earn more than 25,000 means how many earn less than 25,000? How many earn less than 25,000? That is 45. Out of 60, that's how you'll write fraction. That means 3 by 4. Or once you know this as 1 by 4, you can write it as 3 by 4. So what is your answer? Answer for this question is D. D for Delhi. Okay. So I hope you understood. See, what we did is, this kinds of question we need to assume first that the total population is 100, and we understood that male is 40 and female is 60, or men and women. Okay. Now, out of this 40, what we know is 75% earn more than 25,000, and we understood that 30 men earn more than 25,000, and we know 45% of the employees earn more than 25,000. So 45% of employee means 45 total number of people. Out of that, 30 men means 15 women. So 15 women earn more than 25,000 means total women is 60, so 45 women earn less than 25,000. Okay, so 45 women earn less than 25,000. So 45 by 60 is the required answer. Okay, the error that you can make is, you may go with this also, just by misunderstanding, or if you do not read this carefully, you may go for this 15 by 60, and still the answer option is there. You'll mark 1 by 4. Okay, that's the only problem you will face in this question. Otherwise, it's a very, very simple question and straightforward question. Okay, take a look at this question. Take a minute and solve this question. So what is given? The age-wise distribution of population is given. The number of people aged below 35 years is 400 million. So this is the information. From this is where you need to start with, right? Number of people aged below 35. That means this much, right? So from here it is above 35. So this is greater than 35. This is what? Less than 35. So less than 35 years, total population is 400 million. So what percentage is that? 30 plus 17 plus 17.5 means 64.75% is what is given as 400 million. So 64.75% is what is 400 million. So you can get the total population from this. Okay. So once you know 64.75 as 400 million, you will get the total population as 617.76. Okay, you know how to calculate this. There is no point in wasting time in calculation. So we have discussed enough number of times about calculating this percentage faster. Okay, so now you got the total population of this city was 617.76 million. Okay, now what else is given? See, sorry, this question is not actually complete. One more information given, that is the ratio. Okay, the ratio of female to male below 15 years. Okay, female to male ratio below 15 years is given as 0.96. That means 96 for 100 or 960 for 1000. Okay, so 0.96. So below 15 years, the sex ratio or female to male ratio is given 0.96. The question is, how many female in the group? How many female in this group less than 15 years? How many female is there? Okay, so this is the age-wise population distribution is given. The table is given. One more information given. Number of people below the age of 35 is 400 million. So from that we got the total population. Another information, ratio of female to male for age group less than 15 is given as 0.96. Then you need to know the number of females in that group less than 15. Okay, so how will you proceed? See, from here we got the total population, right? Now this ratio, female to male ratio is given as 0.96. Okay, so female to male ratio is given as 0.96. So below 15 years, okay, how many total members are there? That's what we need to see. We know the total population is 617. So below 15 years actually contribute 30%. So what we need to do is, we need to see 30% of this, right? 30 divided by 100. Okay, so what is the answer? So we will get the total number of members in that age group. So we will get it around 185.32 million. Okay, so the what we got is actually the total number of members in that age group, and what we need is, we need the number of females. So the ratio is given, female to male ratio is 0.96. This is the total number of members. We know the ratio as 90.96. So we can get the total population from here as 90.8. Okay. Okay, now solve this question. 2002. So what is given? How will you solve this? 4 persons bought a motorbike for 60. Okay. Now the first person paid one half of the sum of the other three paid. Okay. Half of the other three. Okay. Then the second person paid 1/3 of the sum of the amount paid by other boys. Okay. And this guy paid 1/4 of the amount paid by the other person. So how much did the last person have to pay? So, okay, now how will you start with? See, what is given is the first person paid 1/2 of the other three, second person paid 1/3 of the other three, third person paid 1/4 of the other three, and fourth person, how much he paid is what we need to see. The total cost is given 60. Okay, so, okay, now from the first statement itself, you understood that so the first person, Mayank, paid 1/2 of the other three. So from this you can understand that he actually paid 1/3 of total. Okay, so he paid 1/3 of the total. 1/2 of other three means 1/3 of the total. So the total, you know, that is 60. So how much he paid? He paid 20. Okay, so he paid 20. The first person paid 20. Now, so the second person, Mirza, paid 1/4. Okay, 1/3 of others and 1/4 of total. So that is 15. Okay, and the third person paid 1/5. That is 12. Okay, so this much is paid by 3 persons. So for 20, 15 and 12. So how much is left out? 13. And this has to be paid by Jaspal, right? So Jaspal have to pay 13 and this is your answer. Very simple question. So he paid 1/2 means 1/2 of other three, the total sum of other three. That means 1/3 of the total. So you got that as 20, then 15 and 12. So you can answer it as 13. Very simple question. Okay, take a minute and solve this question. 2006 question. Very simple question again. Okay, so how will you solve this? See, you can assume that the initial length, breadth and height as 3x, 2x and x. Okay, so this is the assumption that you can make. And then, what is the question? What will happen with the total area, right? Then the total area of the 4 walls of the room will be, right? So, in the first case, what will be the area? 2 into 3x plus 2x, okay, that is 5x into height, right? X. So, what you get is 10x square. So this is the first case, okay, 2 into length plus breadth into height, okay. Now what about the second case? What happened? Breadth and heights are halved and the length is doubled, okay. So 3x becomes 6x. So length is doubled means 6x, then 2x by x, 2x by 2 means x, okay, then x by 2. So these are the new dimensions. So what is the new area? That is 2 into 6x plus x, that is length plus breadth, into height, that is x by 2, right? So this you will get as 7x square. So first case you got 10x square, second case 7x square. So what is the change? Clearly it is decreased, right? So it is decreased by what percentage is what you need to answer here. So this is obviously not correct and all other options says decrease. So how much decrease? We need to get the percentage. How will you calculate the change? See, change, percentage change. So absolute changes 10x square minus 7x square. So that is 3x square divided by 10x square or 7x square. Upon what the change happened? 10x square, right? The initial value is 10x square. See, basically you need to do this final value minus initial value, all those things you need to do, right? So the change is what you need to see, that is 3x square divided by 10x square into 100. So this is getting cancelled out. So this is getting cancelled out. So 30% is the decrease. So you'll answer this. You can see this 2006 question. You can see 5 options. Okay. So what you need to do is just assume that 3x, 2x and 5x. Okay, get the area in the first case with that assumption. Change the dimensions as per the question in the second case and get the area and see the difference. Okay, take a minute and solve this question, 2009 question. Okay, how will you solve this? What is given? A person had got some money which he can spend completely in buying either 50 mangoes or 40. See, the same question we have solved 3 times, right? This was the 4th time the same question is asking. Only the name was changing. This remained the same. This remained the same. He want to save 10%. That is also the same. And see, here there is a difference, but the answer and the question and the pattern, everything was same. Buy at least 20 oranges. There it was fixed at 20 oranges. And then how many mangoes? But since here it is at least, and what is the maximum at most? Both are coming, so both are cancelling each other, right? So here it is at least means this is actually we need to see maximum. So we need to fix this as 20. So we need to see here maximum. That means this is 20 and this will also be 20. Okay, so we have seen in the first question answer option was C, second question answer option was B, third question answer option was D. Now coming back to C again. So how will you solve this? You need to assume that the total money that he is having is 100. This kind of question you need to assume that 100 is the money that he is having. So mangoes, 50 mangoes, that means 2 rupees is for mangoes. Oranges, 40 oranges he can buy with 100, so that means 2.5 is for orange. Now what he's doing is he's saving 10% as taxi fare, right? So there it was mentioned that taxi fare, here it is not mentioned. So 10% means what is left out is 90. You are buying 20 oranges. 20 orange will cost 50 rupees, right? So 20 orange will cost 50 rupees. So 50, then what you'll get is 40. Then how many mangoes you can buy, right? So divide by 2 because mango costs 2 rupees. So you'll get 20. So answer for this question is 20. Now here I can observe one more change. Earlier it was 50 oranges and 40 mangoes, I think, right? See, let me take that question again. See here, these are the 4 questions and you can see 4 years, right? So 2000, this is 2009, 90, 91, 95. So what is the difference here and here? It is global. Everything else is same. 40 mangoes. Here also 40 mangoes. Here also 40 mangoes. Here the only change is 40 oranges and mangoes, right? So you can see all the questions. So here answer was 20. Here answer was 20. Here answer was 20. Here also answer was 20. So the same question, instead of global, it is Mugambo. And oranges, mangoes just interchanged. Now here taxi fare, here also taxi fare, here also taxi fare, here they didn't mention anything. Okay, now here the question was oranges, here also oranges, here also oranges, but here the question just changed to mangoes, but the answer remains same, everything is same. Okay, in fact, if they gave the information like in the previous question and then they're asking about mangoes, the answer will be different. If the question is about mangoes, see, information from here is what I need to take. Okay, so rate of orange is actually 2. So 90 minus 40. Okay, so see, in both cases anyway you are getting 20, but method is different because here you need to do 90 minus 40. Earlier you are doing 50. Then you get 50. So for 50, how much you'll get? Divide by 2.5 is what you need to do. Then 20. Okay, point is 4 years, same question. No change at all. Here there is a small modification, but that also you cannot say as a modification, right? So I hope this is clear for all of you. And this is CAT exam. I'm not talking about any other exam, right? Which is supposed to be tough. Okay, take a minute and solve this question. You don't want even a minute, 30 seconds you can solve very easy question. Okay, what you need to do here is you just assume that x is the number of trucks that he had. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to find x. Okay, so in the first case, when he is having that particular garage, now he increased its size by 50%. That means the ratio of the all size and new size is 3 and 2, right? So now 50% increase means 150, right? Earlier 100. So 150 by 100 means 3 by 2 is the ratio or fraction if you see. Okay, so 3 by 2. So 3 is the new case. That means he can have 8 more. Okay, so x plus 8 is the new situation now, or before it was x minus 8. 8 were outside. Okay, so total number of trucks minus 8. Okay, so we are actually equating it with the size of the garage. So x plus 8 divided by x minus 8 is equal to 3 by 2. From this you can easily get x is equal to 40. Answer for this question is C. I hope this is clear for you. Just need to know, assume that x was the initial number of trucks. Okay, the trucks that he was having, and this the ratio of the area. Okay, 150% and 100%. So 3 by 2. So when it comes to 150%, so you have x plus 8 and x minus 8. Just assume like this, you get x as 40. Okay, x plus 8 into 2. Okay, 2x plus 16, and you can get the answer just by cross multiplying. Okay, take a minute and solve this question. We have discussed the pattern, consecutive increase and decrease, right? So how will you solve this? See this kind of question, what is given? Increase by 10% and decrease by 10%. So basically, if it was 100, increase by 10% means 110. Okay, then decrease by 10% means minus 11. Okay, so 110 minus 11 is what you need to do. So effectively it will become 99. Okay, so and what is given in this case? This 99 is given, 100 is what asked, because this is the initial value, this is the final value. So these are the percentage changes, right? Okay, so if it was 100, it will be 99. So what is given? This 99 is given as 20. Final price is given, you need to find this position, right? So what happened here is actually initial value into the two multiplication factors, 1.1 into 0.9, right? That's what 10% increase means, 100 plus 10 by 100, right? Then 10% decrease means 100 minus 10 by 100. So initial value into 1.1 into 0.9 is what is given as final value. So what is given here? The final price is given. So this is equal to 20. So what is asked is initial price, right? So initial value will be 20 divided by 1.1 into 0.9. So this is what, but see, if you see, options are given like this. So what we need to do is we need to make the necessary changes, right? So here the shortcuts and all is actually not required. Just apply the logic, okay, as per what we have learned till now. So the idea is initial value or initial price into, okay, what is 10% increase? 100 plus 10 divided by 100, right? Into what is 10% decrease? 100 minus 10 divided by 100, right? So this will be final value. So this is what I told you. This is 110 by 100 means 1.1. 90 by 100 means 0.9. That's what we actually did here also. Okay, but I can't just write like this because the options are given like this. So I need to write like this. So once you write like this, we will get initial value as 20, which is given as the final value, into 100 square divided by 100 square minus 10 square. Why? Because this denominator 100 into 100 will go to the numerator, so 20 into 100 square. Then this will come as the denominator, 100 plus 10 and 100 minus 10. So a plus b into a minus b. That is a square minus b square. So 100 square minus 10 square. So what you will mark? You will mark this as the answer. C as the answer. Why we are doing all these things is because we need to get the answer in this format. Okay, otherwise one step away, this answer. If it was given in values, it's like very simple, right? So 20 divided by 1.1 into 0.9.